What is the first thing you think about when you hear Geometry Dash? If you aren't an 8-year-old who hasn't even played the game, you probably would think about the levels. If I told you that this and this were made in the same editor, you would probably think that I was lying more than I did in 5th grade. But I kid you not, these two levels were made in the exact same editor. So I decided to give an honest review of the level editor. I'm not going to rate the blocks or the gameplay, but more on how usable it is. To make this easier, imagine that you want to build a level without having the knowledge of how the editor works. Anyway, let's start. POV. You just opened the game and found your way to the Create tab. Alright, this is simple. Here you can enter the title, the description, and main information at the bottom. You don't really know what the buttons on the right do, but that's okay. The tool button must be to build the level, right? Let's try it out in whoa. Where do I even begin? Imagine you were thrown into the editor without any experience, and this is what you see. I might be exaggerating a bit, but a new player doesn't know what most of this is. Sure, there's the build, edit, and delete tab, but these buttons on the right just bug me a lot. It doesn't even get better in the pause menu, it's almost even worse. There are literally so many buttons everywhere. Anyway, let's ignore the buttons and start building. You probably noticed the help button, so you will take a small look at how everything works. Ah, that's how this works. Okay. I think I got the basics down. You finally figured out the settings and how to change the different game modes, and how to switch songs. Now you start building a layout and finish in about 2 hours. Now tell me what to do next. Option A, decorate the level. Option B, decorate the level. Or option C, decorate the level. Well, I'm picking none of this and jumping out the fucking window. No matter how long you spent on your layout, your decoration either is going to take 10 times as long, or you never finish it. With the race standards being as high as ever, it's hard to even get the motivation to even start. Every time I get a block design that looks half good, I immediately scrap it thinking it's not going to get rated. The rating standards are truly horrible, and I will need another video to cover them. But trust me when I say that creating this game is hard as fuck. When you're trying to create, you have so many options that it's kind of overwhelming. The amount of blocks available literally goes off the screen on normal settings. And there are so many more problems. Block design, colors, style, and so much more. And half of the time you make something decent, the community just becomes some 5-year-old toddlers and starts screaming at you for no reason. Another thing is the absolute monstrosity that is finding ideas and implementing them. Unless you're an absolute god at decoration, you probably won't have a good time implementing your ideas. Now imagine, you finally finished your magnum opus and... Wait. I'm not done yet? No. What? No. Wait, what are you doing? Where are you What are you doing? Ah! The worst thing ever to do is to find out what each trigger does. You have to search through every single one, and the options are scattered around everywhere. Without a tutorial, using triggers is literally impossible. Oh, and let's not forget the help screens. Yeah, what is this? Without triggers, we wouldn't have any of the game-changing levels that we see today. And mini-games. Yeah, forget about those. If triggers are the most essential thing in the editor experience, then it absolutely sucks to see the triggers being really hard to understand. The editor, with the state that it is in, can't become perfect. Nothing can be perfect, and Geometry Dash is never going to have the best editor experience, but there are things that you can change. For example, make the UI understandable. I cannot even list the times that I wanted to do something and didn't know where anything was. Custom objects. No, not these ones, but more default shapes and a paint tool. Making your own objects instead of magically putting random objects together would be so cool. Maybe you could also decide what hitboxes it has, but this may be very hard to program. This would make decorating so much easier and better, and more creativity would be expressed. Now, the triggers... For God's sake, please add better help text. The minimum is actually good help screens, maybe even pictures could help. In general, just help the player make a good level, and help the player have a good understanding of the editor. Maybe I could make a video about editor features that should be added, so like the video if you want to see one. The editor is hard, and if you want to learn it, it will take you a lot of time. Everybody starts somewhere, but finally, what do I think of the editor? The editor is amazing at what it does, but is absolute garbage for anyone who is starting their creating career. What rating do I give the editor? If you're already experienced in the editor, it's a 7 out of 10, but if you're starting out, it's a 4.5 out of 10. Please just make it more user-friendly and make it better for new users. The help menu isn't really useful, and 99% of people don't know where and what it is. RobTop needs to implement user-friendly tutorials or something. Actually, what are the chances of RobTop watching this? Anyway, like the video if you enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't, write your thoughts in the comments and whatever else you could do on YouTube. Thanks for everything, and goodbye.